With a show of hands, how many of you like to go out and hang out with your friends at a bar? How many of you are frustrated with the amount of time you spend fighting to get to that bar and ordering? It sucks. Right now, I can pull out eBay on my phone and buy a car, but I still got to fight through a crowd to get a drink at a bar. With Coaster, we've created a solution to this problem. This problem entails 5 often cumbersome steps. First, you have to fight through the bar to get there. Once you're at the bar, you have to wave down the bartender to get her attention. Once you've done that, you convey your order, often by yelling it, because it's so loud in the bar. Then you sign your receipt, leave your tip, and if you're like me, every once in a while you forget your credit card. Finally, you take drinks, go back to your friends, and enjoy your night. With Coaster, we've been able to remove some of these steps and reduce the friction of most of them. With a few simple clicks, you can order a drink. With a swipe of your finger, send your order over, and we'll charge your credit card. You receive a push notification when your drink order is ready, and then you can go up to the bar and pick it up, or get it delivered to you. Now, with my research and the surveys that I've conducted with my friends, I've noticed that there's a huge problem with ordering drinks and getting drinks at a bar. As a computer scientist, a developer for 6 years at a major trading firm, not anymore obviously, and also a DJ, I know a lot of bar owners and a lot of managers. I've surveyed 60 of them, and I found that most of them are interested in something like this. Mobile payments is a $90 billion market, 86.2 exactly from Gartner. Americans spend $16.2 billion annually on liquor at bars, and that's even in a recession and an economic downturn. That number's never going to go down. With Coaster, if we're able to capture even a fraction of these, we're looking at hundreds of millions of dollars very quickly. Now, we've also added a layer of social gamification with Coaster. Imagine it's your best friend's birthday and you can't be there. But you're out of town and you just want to be there for his birthday. You know that Dan loves Jaeger bombs. I sent Dan a free drink for a Jaeger bomb at the bar that he's at, and now I'm celebrating with him virtually. Furthermore, liquor brands have $6 billion of advertising. They don't get to advertise in mobile right now as much as they would like to. We can tap into that with Coaster upon traction. Our next steps include launching in iTunes in the App Store. We'll be there in about 30 days. We're working with a few bars right now to figure out some nuances and get them on board. And then we're also going to be procuring funding to ramp up our marketing team and our development team. Thank you very much for your time. And one thing I would like to ask you is when you go out tonight, when you're trying to get a drink at that bar and you're fighting down, just remember, man, I wish this place had Coaster. Thank you very much.
I've seen pictures for similar things to this. What's the competition like in this area? It appears to be crowded.
Appears to be crowded, correct. And most of these applications try to cover every single transaction. I pay for my groceries differently than the way I pay for my dry cleaning. And I order drinks, even when I'm intoxicated, differently than the way I pay for my dry cleaning.
Particularly when you're intoxicated.
Exactly. And that swipe to send, it's a little tougher to do when you're that intoxicated.
Yeah.
How do you connect with the point of sales at the bar, and how much training does the bartender or the waitress has to go through to accommodate your making money?
Great questions. Right now, the bars we're working with have iPads as point-of-sale devices. They're probably the upper echelon trendy places. Once we gather up our development team and ramp some things up, we'll be connecting to the existing point-of-sale systems. There's 2 major ones, Micros and Aloha. Connecting to them is not difficult at all. You had a question? Do you not like Jaeger bombs?
It was long to say. I do like it. Dangerous as I would be a user of this app for sure. How do you avoid going bar to bar in the sales process?
Initially, it's tougher doing that, right? After we've gained some traction, we can have the users choose. So when you pick up Coaster app, you say, I want to go to this bar. Hey, that place doesn't take care of Coaster right now, but we'll let them know how you feel. And now we can reverse sell and present data to that bar every week and say, we've had X amount of users, they spent X amount of dollars per week. That could have been your money.
Is there any application functionality you can offer them at that bar, even if it's not a participating bar?
You could, and that's one thing we thought about adding. It's just a little difficult to do because it kind of removes us from that niche. But there are ways to market to bars that aren't existing via the user.
how long does the bar takes to get the money out of your coaster?
Within 24 hours. So
you pay the bar every night?
yeah. So we basically batch elements at 5 o'clock in the morning when most bars are closed.
But you don't get your money every night. You get it from.
Well, I get batched at 5 in the morning, and then that money goes into my account. I guess we'll get into a little more details, but then that money goes to the bar.
But you have thought about that.
Yeah. And trust me, payment processing is a huge pain in the butt, which is why there's a lot of startups in this space. And we think, mitigating a lot of that risk for the bars, whereas they have a lot of chargebacks, dead credit cards, drunk person leaves their credit card at the bar like me, they don't have to deal with that anymore. They're guaranteed their money. We'll take that risk.
What's your revenue collection model? Are you taking some percentage off the top, or
Yeah.
is it a fixed fee?
We take percentage per transaction.
And what do you think that percentage is, and how have your initial conversations with bartenders gone about how much you think you can extract?
So they're also very stingy. that we know. But their markups are incredible. A $4 drink that you buy, $4 beer probably costs them 33 cents. So we know the markups are high as well. And this will create efficiencies for them where they can serve out more drinks. Right now we're looking at 5 to 10%.
And if you prove the concept works, what stops other guys from coming in behind you and undercutting your margin to the bar?
Not too much, which once we get to that, we'll have a good social network behind us to help us do that, where most people will use Coaster, and to get new places, it's more, we'll obviously bunch the numbers if we need to. The next step is, upon traction, is getting the liquor brands involved. So if we get a liquor brand like Miller High Life knows you like drinking Miller Lite or something, they can send you Miller Lite coasters. You're not going to download 4 different apps. Just stick to the one that's getting you the best deal.
Is this
Sorry.
We have one last question.
How big do you want to be in this company? How much revenue? How many people? Is it something like that can go public?
Oh, very easy. Very easy to go forward. Right now, we'd like to start off very lean, having a solid marketing team and solid few developers to go out and get people and develop our backend, our point of sale system, and the connectivity that we want. And then adding some more features. Whereas you collect a 4-square badge, you collect a coaster. You just collected, drank 5 Jaeger bombs. You got a Jaeger bomb coaster for another Jaeger bomb wherever you go. So with that increase, there would be a huge markup on, a huge increase on marketing teams.
Have you thought about a loyalty program or something that creates a little bit more user stickiness?
Exactly, yeah. We have, and so venues will be able to send you deals directly using Coaster. So say, hey, we know you were here last Friday. Here, we'll send you this.
Okay. With that, thank you, Coaster.
Thank you.